Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will be discussing Van der Waals equation. It is a part of chapter States of Matter, class 11. In the previous videos, I have already discussed about the gas laws and ideal gas equation. Right, now Van der Waals equation is applicable for real gases. What we have discussed earlier was ideal gas equation. Ideal gas equation is this, which is applicable only for ideal gases. Now, what is an ideal gas and a real gas? Ideal gas is that which obeys all the gas laws at all conditions of temperature and pressure. The gas laws which we have studied, Avogadro's, Boyle's, Charles, Gay-Lussac's law. So, any gas which obeys all the gas laws at all conditions of temperature and pressure is an ideal gas. And real gas is that which does not obey all the gas laws at all conditions of temperature and pressure. That's a real gas. So this equation, that is ideal gas equation, is applicable only for ideal gas, not applicable for real gas. Okay, so what modifications are made, that we are going to discuss why it was made in this video. So please watch the video till the end. Now, this is the equation I have written first. Van der Waals equation. Van der Waals equation is P plus N square A by V square into V minus NB is equal to nRT. Now, you can just see in this ideal gas equation, nRT part is the same. There is some correction made in the pressure. I have added something to P, and from volume something is subtracted. Why these changes are made, we'll be discussing. Now, what was the need for making that corrections in the ideal gas equation to get the equation for the real gas? There are two wrong postulates which we have studied in kinetic molecular theory of gases. Those two postulates are, number one is the gases are point masses. These are point masses, and volume of a gas molecule is negligible. Though this was very much applicable for ideal gas, because for ideal gas the gas molecules are very small. They are point masses. They are so small that the volume of the gas molecule itself was considered to be negligible, and we were always considering the volume of the gas to be equal to the volume of the container. That we have already discussed. Suppose I take one container of say half liter, another container of say 1 liter, and I am taking say 1 mole of say oxygen gas in this one container. I will say the volume occupied by that 1 mole of oxygen is 0.5 liter. And the same quantity of the gas, if I take in some other container whose volume is 1 liter, same oxygen gas I have taken, I will say the volume of the container, volume of the gas is now 1 liter. Because volume of the gas itself was the volume of the container. Okay, because itself the gas was said to be containing no volume. Because volume of the gas was considered to be negligible. It was a point mass. The molecules were very small. This was a wrong thing, which needed some modification. I hope this part is clear. Okay, this postulate, which was a part of kinetic molecular theory of gas, was very much applicable for ideal gases because they were very small, but not applicable for real gases which are comparatively larger in size. The second wrong postulate of kinetic molecular theory of gases was that there are no forces of attraction between the gas molecules. There are no forces of attraction between the gas molecules as per kinetic molecular theory of gases, which was again proved to be wrong for the real gases. It was not applicable for the real gases. Okay, so due to this, there were certain corrections required. Right? I hope both these points are clear. First one was this, because volume of the gas, ideal gases, was small, we could say volume of the gas is volume of the container. if we are taking the same quantity in two different containers, whatever is the container's volume, that is the volume of the gas. Actually speaking, we say volume of the gas is the available space. It is available space in which gas molecules can move. That is the volume of the gas. Gas molecules can move. Right? Available space in which the gas molecules can move. Here the available space was half liter. Here the available space is 1 liter. So that is the volume of the gas. Right? And second wrong postulate of kinetic molecular theory of gases was the no forces of attraction between the gases. So there were some corrections required. Okay, so those corrections we are going to study now. Now first we will talk about volume correction. Right, now first let me consider here ideal gas. I'll write down comparatively so that the concept is clear. Right, and real gas. In ideal gas you have say this container, because the gas molecules are too small in size, we say volume of the gas is equal to the volume of the container. This is for the ideal gas. Right, even though we try to bring them all the molecules together, we try to bring all the gas molecules together, they will occupy only this much part of it, so which can be neglected. So still we were taking the volume of the gas as the volume of the container, because we were saying that the volume of the gas molecule was negligible. That was negligible. That is for ideal gas. Right? Ideal gas molecules are too small, so we say volume of the gas is the volume of the container. Second thing, even if we try to bring them close to each other, then they'll occupy very little part of it. So still we say volume of the gas is volume of the container, because volume of the gas molecule is considered to be negligible. But the same thing, if now I apply to the real gases. Real gases, they are considered to be rigid spheres. These are rigid spheres. Their size is not too small. So in this case, you cannot say that the volume of the gas is equal to the volume of the container. That would be wrong to say, because the size is comparatively bigger in size. Okay, the size is comparatively bigger. Okay, so now suppose we have like this, we try to bring them close to each other, so they will still occupy quite a big amount of the space in the vessel. That will be compared, because they are larger in size. So here we cannot neglect this. We cannot neglect this. Suppose this is the volume of the container. You cannot say the volume of the gas is the volume of the container, because in the volume of the container, this much part is occupied by the gas, right? Because what were we defining the volume of the gas? Volume of the gas we were defining as the available space. Available space in which the gas molecules can move. The available space is this. In that available space, there is something to be removed. So we can say that in this case, volume of the gas will be equal to volume of the container minus the volume of the gas molecules. Because the gas molecules are comparatively bigger in size. So this has to be removed from the volume of the container. Right? Because available space is this. So from that, this much is to be removed. So what we will write? Volume of the gas is equal to V, that is the volume of the container, minus this some value. This is some value, the space which the gas molecules are occupying. This is called as B. We call this as B. B is some van der Waals constant. Okay, which is also called as excluded volume. It is excluded volume, or sometimes you will also find it is written as co-volume. So co-volume or the excluded volume is to be removed from it. So if we write down this for 1 mole of the gas, we will write down B. So what is volume of the gas? Volume of the gas will be V container's volume minus B. B excluded volume. if we are writing in terms of the n moles, we will write down NB. So instead of writing PV is equal to nRT, for that V in ideal gas equation, we should be now writing as V minus NB. This is the volume correction which is required in ideal gas equation. Okay, I hope the point is very clear. We were defining the volume of the gas as the volume in the available space in which the gas molecules can move. So this was the available space in which the gas molecules can move. So when we bring them closer, when we are bringing them closer, then also they occupy quite a large amount in the container. So that volume of the gas now cannot be the volume of the container, right? Because the available space is this much is not available to them. So when it is not available, this is to be removed. That is, the excluded volume is to be removed from the volume of the container. So we will be writing now volume of the gas as volume of the container minus volume of the gas molecules. Right? That means this I mean. So B is to be removed. B is excluded volume. For n moles, NB. So this correction will be required. Okay. Now let's also talk about the unit of B. We'll be writing here. Unit of B. Now what is actually B? It's a sort of a volume only. So we can write volume is NB. That is excluded volume which we have removed from it. So what is B? B is V by N. In a way, unit of V is liter and mole here for N. So what is the unit of B? It is liter per mole. Its unit is liter per mole. What is otherwise B? We are saying B is Van der Waals constant. Okay. Now, significance. What is the significance of B? Significance. Now, we can say that here, if the gas molecule is larger in size, we can say the B value will be more, the excluded volume will be more. If the gas molecule is smaller in size, B value will be less. So in a way, we can say that B value is directly proportional to size of the molecule. Larger the value of B indicates the gas molecules are larger in size. So in case, suppose you are asked to compare the value for B for different gases, say all halogens, fluorine, then you have chlorine, then bromine or iodine, which will have the larger value for B, you will say iodine. This will be the order. If you are asked to compare, arrange them in the increasing order. Right. Suppose you are asked for noble gases, helium, neon, argon, krypton. Then again, helium will be the least, then neon, then argon, you have krypton and xenon. Right. Suppose you are asked for some hydrocarbons, methane, ethane, propane, like that. So the least one will be methane, then you have ethane and so on, C3H8. Okay. So B, that is one of the Van der Waals constant we use in volume correction, is directly proportional to the size of the molecule. Larger the size of the molecule, more will be the value for B. That is, more will be the excluded volume which you are supposed to remove from the volume of the container. Fine. Yeah, moving on to the pressure correction. Right. Again, we are going to compare ideal gas and real gas. Right. Now, this is a container in which you have, ideal gas, and this is a container in which you have a real gas. These are the gas molecules present here. These are the molecules present here. I'm just drawing few of them. Now, what is the pressure? We define pressure as the force exerted. It is the force exerted by the gas molecules per unit area on the walls of the container. That is what we define as the pressure exerted by the gas is the force exerted by the gas molecules per unit area on the walls of the container. Why only on the walls of the container? Because the ideal gases are point mass. They are small in size. There are no force of attraction. There are no forces of attraction in the ideal gases. So there are no forces of attraction means they are not, getting attracted towards each other. So it is only with what force they are colliding on the walls of the container per unit area that is defined as the force. In a way, we can say the pressure actually is pressure external plus pressure internal. What do we mean by pressure external? External means with what force they are exerting on the walls of the container. Internal means the internal pressure, that is the forces of attraction. In case of the ideal gas, we can say that there is only pressure external because the pressure internal is zero. There are no forces of attraction as per the kinetic molecular theory of gases, we are saying. So we only speak about the external pressure. Whereas in real gases, we say that there is external pressure as well as internal pressure because these gas molecules are colliding on the walls of the container. They are exerting force on the walls of the container. That means they are having the external pressure. Plus, these molecules are also attracted towards the molecules which are present in the bulk inside it. Right. So this, suppose I am talking about one particular molecule, it is exerting force of attraction on the walls of the container. At the same time, it is getting attracted by the molecule which is present inside. So the pressure the force which it is exerting here on the wall of the container, that is external pressure. So if I am comparing the pressure external exerted by ideal gas or the real gas, for sure I can say the pressure external wise, if I am saying for ideal gas, the external pressure is more than that of the real gas. Yes, pressure external for the ideal is greater than the pressure external in case of the real because this molecule is also attracted inward. But at the same time, there is some, intermolecular force this particular molecule is facing from the molecules which are present inside, that is in the bulk. Now, can we say that the molecule which is there near the bulk, near the wall or in the bulk will always remain the same? In a way, suppose I am saying this molecule is in the bulk. Will this always be in the bulk? No. The same molecule which is in the bulk at present may be coming near the wall of the container also at time because these molecules are always moving. So, the molecules which are exerting force on the wall of the container may sometime become a part in the bulk, and this one can come here also because these molecules are always moving. So, we can say that the pressure internal will be directly proportional to two concentration terms. One, concentration of these gas molecules near the wall of the container and the concentration in the bulk. In a way, I can say this is, say, wall of the container. The pressure internal will be proportional to two things. One, how many molecules are there near the wall of the container or in the bulk also. So, internal pressure is directly proportional to two concentration terms. Suppose I am numbering this as 1, this as 2. That is, the one at the near the wall is 1 and in the bulk is 2. So, it is proportional to two concentration terms. That is, concentration of 1 and concentration of 2. In a way, I can write down concentration as number of moles by volume. So, this and also number of mole by volume for the second one. So, I can write this pressure internal as proportional to n square by v square. Yes. So, I can remove this proportionality sign and put a constant over here, that is, say A n square by v square. This is my internal pressure for the real gases. Right. Now, external pressure is already there. So, for ideal gas, we said only external was existing, internal was not there. So, we wrote only P. But for the real gases, P is equal to P external plus this internal pressure, that is A n square by V square. That means this correction is to be made in the ideal gas to get the van der Waals equation. Right. Now let me just make that correction and put it there. So instead of PV is equal to nRT, this was our ideal gas equation. PV is equal to nRT. Instead of P, I should be writing now P, which normally we write P only, but actually it is P external plus something. So P plus A n square plus V square, A n square by V square into, instead of V, we will write V minus NB, that is equal to nRT. This is our van der Waals equation, which I already mentioned at the beginning also. This is van der Waals equation or the real gas equation. It is a modification made in the ideal gas equation because of the two wrong assumptions of kinetic molecular theory of gases. Now let's talk about the units of A. Right. Now what was it's a sort of pressure only. What was that formula? P internal is equal to n square A, or A n square we can say, by V square. Right. So what is A equal to? A is equal to P V square by n square. I've just written here P because it is pressure. Now A is equal to P into V square by n square. So what is the unit now? For P we write down atmosphere, pressure unit. For volume, liter square, and per mole square. So this is the unit of A. It is also van der Waals constant. So we say A and B. A is the constant we use in pressure correction. B is the constant we use in volume correction. Both are referred to as van der Waals constant. These are van der Waals constant. Now, significance. What is the significance of A? That we will see. Significance of A. A is also, we can say it's related to, directly proportional to the force of attraction, we are saying. Force of attraction. And we also know A, that is force of attraction, is directly proportional to the intermolecular forces of attraction. Intermolecular forces are also proportional to the size of the molecule, we can say, or we can say the molar mass. More the molar mass, more will be the A value. Right. Now, suppose you are asked, certain examples like this, say fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, which one will have more value for A? These are all non-polar molecules. So for all non-polar molecules, you are only focusing upon the size. Larger the size, more the surface area, more van der Waals forces of attraction, more will be the A value. Right. Now, in case they are talking about some example like this, say you are having carbon dioxide, nitrogen, oxygen, ammonia. Then let us talk about their molar masses. This is 44, this is 28, this is 32 and 17. So as per the molecular masses, if we are going, the least should be ammonia, and then you should have N2, then you should have O2, and the last should be this. This should have been the order, right? But ammonia, is having some peculiar property of intermolecular hydrogen bond. Therefore, ammonia is maximum. The value for A is like this. Ammonia is not here. This will be the order. Please make note of it. Ammonia is having the maximum A value. More intermolecular forces of attraction. So in case you're asked here, arrange these molecules in the increasing order of their ease of liquefaction, then also this will be the order. More the intermolecular forces of attraction, more will be the ease of liquefaction. In a way, we can say more easily they can be liquefied. This can be most easily liquefied. This cannot be. Okay. Now, in case we are talking in terms of the size also, this was size. Force of attraction, intermolecular forces, molar masses can also be related to the size. So, in a if we are talking about the size, we know that hydrogen and helium, these are very, very small in size. The size is the smallest, right, among all the gases. So these values, for these gases, the A value is very, very less. Okay, the van der Waals constant A value will be very low for them. Okay, I hope you have followed. That's all in this video. In the upcoming videos, I will be posting some more topics of states of matter. Please share the video with your friends, and if you like it, you can put it in the comment section. Thank you for watching.